Geek Therapy Radio.
Alrighty. Welcome to the Geek Therapy Radio podcast. Those of you listening right now that were with me today on YouTube know that I spent the last hour and a half or so streaming for the first time, and I honestly don't remember the last time I did a live stream with anything. Actually, yes, I do. 2015-ish, when I used to stream fairly often. I was playing Street Fighter 4. Not fairly often. I streamed a handful of times, but it's definitely the most streaming I've ever done. That is until today, where I put up a test stream. I even labeled it as such. Just a streaming test, and I told people, if you want to watch me mess around, fine. If not, whatever. I'm really just testing my laptop. I'm just testing streaming. I'm testing my OBS software, testing Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020, seeing how stable everything is. And I honestly wasn't expecting even one person to watch me stream, and I was kind of hoping. I was like, I hope nobody sees me messing around here, because it's going to be a train wreck. It's just going to be me fiddling with things. It's going to be Microsoft Flight Simulator crashing and system instability and blue screens of death, and that's what I thought it would be, and that nobody would watch. But seriously, probably within 30 seconds to a minute, I had a couple people in there watching, and a couple people in there talking to me in the live chat. Several people. Who was there? Shook Samurai, Alex Anderson. Oh gosh, who else? And let me see if I can go back into it. I apologize. Maybe I shouldn't have even mentioned this, because I can't go back into the stream yet. The file is it's processing. I guess it'll be live on YouTube at some point soon, and the live chat will be, it basically replays the live chat. Point is, I had several people on there saying hi, and I was like, well, it kind of caught me off guard. I was like, well, I'm fiddling with settings here. I had no idea that. Wow, hello. 2 people from South America. Shook Samurai, that's my nephew. He's got a Twitch account. You should check out Shook Samurai. My nephew Spencer. I was just streaming to YouTube, and I don't know how often I'll stream to Twitch, because I don't have any followers on Twitch, because I don't hardly ever use Twitch. So probably going forward, I'm probably going to stick to streaming on YouTube, but we'll see. Regardless, even though it was just a test stream, it was a lot of fun. It was a crazy amount of fun. I took a request or two on where to fly. Anderson said fly to Area 51. I'm not sure I haven't tested that out yet, flying to Area 51. So we wound up flying to his hometown there in South America. Gorgeous flight. Lots of crosswinds, lots of turbulence. It's up in the mountain, but the landing was actually surprisingly smooth. I had a lot of fun with it, a ton of fun with it. I will definitely be doing more streams, and I will let you know either on the podcast, probably all these sources, on the podcasts, on the social media. A lot of you who are subscribed to me on YouTube, I don't ask you guys to do this, but a lot of you have the notifications turned on, the bell icon turned on for, whatever I do on YouTube. So a few of you came on to check out the stream because you got the notification that I was on. And that's amazing. So I will let you know on social media, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. You can write comments on YouTube. I can make little posts on YouTube. Sorry, my microphone keeps dipping down. But I'll let you know on the social media, Geek Therapy Radio, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitter. I'll let you know with as much advanced warning as I can muster. I'm sorry about this microphone. With as much advanced warning as I can muster to give you time to check out the stream. But I'm definitely going to be streaming again. It's not, at least initially, my goal with the streaming is not to build massive numbers. If that happens, if lots of people come and check out the stream and tell their friends about the stream, and all of a sudden I'm on a regular set stream schedule and I have a few hundred people watching at any given moment, that'd be great. that'd be cool. But for now, it's just camaraderie with my podcast listeners. I can talk to you rather easily there in the live chat. I'm still figuring out the multi-monitor situation. My microphone needs a blue pill. Why does it keep lowering? Stay pointed at my face. This whole conversation is wrong. Stay up, microphone. But yeah, I'll do more streaming on YouTube, so look out for that. And not just Flight Simulator 2020. I have a feeling that I'm going to be playing emulators on there, maybe other video games. I don't know, Just Cause 4. I really don't play a lot of games other than Rocket League. I'll probably stream quite a bit of Rocket League, actually. I don't play a lot of popular games other than... I know this sounds silly to say this, but yeah, I'm playing a lot of Flight Simulator 2020 right now, and I do still play Rocket League, so probably those are going to be the most streamed games when it comes to game streaming that I'm going to live stream. And I may live stream other things. I may live stream tinkering with the DeLorean. I may live stream working on whatever geeky projects I'm working on. I might live stream one time. I might live stream mowing the lawn next, because I want to show you guys my souped up lawnmower. I've been meaning to make a video about my souped up electric lawnmower, my supercharged, get it, electric lawnmower. So maybe I'll set up a tripod and get some sort of miking situation, and I'll bring you along for the ride. It's not, along for the mow, so to speak, and show you the electric lawnmower that I've souped up. Anyways, I'm going to be doing more live streaming. It was really fun. A genuine smile on my face there at the end. Really fun. So be on the lookout for that. If you haven't already subscribed to me on YouTube, it's just Geek Therapy Radio. Just type in Geek Therapy Radio on YouTube and you will see my red, white, and black color scheme. You'll know that that's me, and we'll have a lot of fun there. Like I said, it's not about building numbers. It's about interacting with all of you in real time. And streaming is a great way to do that. Okay, so the meat and potatoes of this podcast, which is probably going to be a shorter podcast than usual because we have Rockets coming up, and I'm still at work and I have to run the Rockets game here on KTRH. So I want to talk about the new Xbox Series S that was just announced mere hours ago. I wouldn't consider myself to be the penultimate authority on console gaming, on Xbox or on PlayStation 5 coming out, but I do talk about it. I talk about gaming consoles from time to time on the show, and I want to talk about the Xbox Series S, because I think it's fairly important. We suspected that there might be and there still may be, a more budget version of the Xbox Series X. Maybe we'll see. Maybe the Xbox Series S will supplant that, and this is their Xbox budget entry. It's definitely budget. I'll say right off the bat, the launch price is $299 for the Xbox Series S. That's amazing. That is amazingly affordable, and that makes me think, man, if we're getting this next-gen consoles, maybe I might ask for or pick up eventually an Xbox Series S. We'll see. Maybe not. But I think a lot of people will. We can still speculate on the price of the Xbox Series X. I still think it's going to be around $500, all said and done. But $299, Xbox Series S, that's a banger. I think that's an instant hit. And what we're going to do right now is talk about what we know thus far about the Xbox Series S. So what we're going to do is I'm going to watch the launch trailer from Microsoft. You're going to listen to the launch trailer, and I'm going to talk about what's appearing on the screen. There are some specs that they give out, some features that they give out, and we're going to talk about that. I may pause this here and there to discuss these items a little bit further, but we'll see. So I'm just going to press play now, and let's watch and listen to the launch trailer together. This is all CGI. I mean, it's all computer rendered images, as you'd expect. Looks very cool, though. Very well done.
Let me hear you. If you're ready for the brand new thing.
Ooh, next gen performance. First of all, let me pause it. I'm definitely going to have to pause it. It says next gen performance. That's the first thing it says on the screen. Does anybody else think, who's seen the trailer, and I'll link to the trailer in the podcast description, does anybody else think that this looks like a Bluetooth speaker? If nobody told me that this was a game console and I just saw it sitting on somebody's shelf, I would think it was a Bluetooth speaker. It's a white monolithic minimalist design with a round black perforated grille on the side or the front. I don't know if this is the side or the front. It depends on how you orient it on your shelf, if it's the side or the front. But it's a small rectangle. It's 60% smaller than the Xbox Series X. So it's a small white rectangle in this color scheme, at least, with a round black perforated grille. I assume that's going to be an intake for a fan, but it looks like a speaker grill, and it looks like a Bluetooth speaker. So anyways, let's continue on with this trailer. The smallest Xbox ever. Nearly 60% smaller than the Xbox Series X. Next gen speed. Custom NVMe SSD powered by Xbox Velocity architecture. Is this going to be as fast as the custom SSD in the Xbox Series X? Maybe, maybe not. I think it's going to be close enough that it really doesn't matter. It's going to be fast enough that it doesn't matter. But let's continue on. Incredibly fast load times, seamless game switching. That's what we saw previewed in the Xbox Series X. I know Austin Evans did a video where we saw that. That's the last place I remember seeing that seamless switching between games. It's like switching seamlessly between open apps, like multitasking almost. Almost. There is a little bit of a little bit of load in between, but it's going to have the same, if not similar, seamless switching between games. So let's continue on. Next gen performance. All digital gaming experience. That's key because that means there is no built-in optical drive. All digital gaming experience. Next gen frame rates up to 120 frames per second. More on that in a minute. Oh, what's the fine print down here? What's the fine print? Requires supported content and digital use on Xbox Series S as content becomes available. Okay, so next gen frame rates up to 120 frames per second requires supported content in the fine print. I would imagine some of that means that yes, there will be new releases that run at up to 120 frames per second. But I would imagine also that means if you put in older games, older titles, that they would be up to 120 frames per second. Just off the top of my head, just throwing that out there in the dark. That's probably what up to 120 frames per second means. Let's continue. Better with Xbox Game Pass Ultimate. Membership sold separately, of course. Play over 100 high-quality games. Games optimized for next gen. And it's just running through a bunch of different titles. There's Halo. So a bit of more text disappears on the screen. On the left side says all digital, 1440p at up to 120 frames per second. DirectX ray tracing, variable rate shading, variable refresh rate. Variable refresh rate. So does that mean you can be playing games at 30 frames per second in one section and then it ramps up to 120 frames per second? Maybe. I would imagine there's some sort of VSync, video synchronization happening there. So it seems like it'd be pretty noticeable more noticeable going from 30 to 120 frames per second than it would be going from 60 to 120. Yes, you can still see a difference between 60 frames per second and 120 frames per second. but it's not going to be as noticeable as jumping from 30 frames per second to 120 frames per second and everywhere in between. But still really cool. All digital 1440p up to 120 frames per second. DirectX ray tracing. It's not NVIDIA ray tracing, it's DirectX ray tracing. Variable rate shading, variable refresh rate. On the right side, more has appeared on the screen here. Ultra low latency. Okay, that's a general statement. Custom 512 gigabyte solid state drive. 4K streaming media playback. And 4K upscaling for games. So it's not going to be native 4K resolution, but let's say you're playing a game designed for 720p or 1080p, an old title, maybe, and it's upscaled to 4K. Very neat. Xbox Series S. Let me hear you. November 10th. Just in time for Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, Festivus for the rest of us. In time for Black Friday. November 10th is the release date and $299 is the price. Although the video doesn't say the price. Unless I missed it somewhere, the video doesn't say the price, but Microsoft has confirmed it is $299. I saw it on their own Twitter account. Unless their Twitter was hacked. $299 Xbox Series S. Available November 10th. I can't help but be reminded of the South Park episode a few years ago. The war between the Xbox kids and the PlayStation kids, and it was a commentary on Black Friday. Oh my gosh, I want to play some clips for you. Oh man, I want to play some clips, but it's South Park and this is a PG-ish show. The lady in front of them all, those of you who remember the episode, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to bring up YouTube here. And I'm going to see how much I can play of that clip. South Park Black Friday, and to see what comes up. Oh yeah. All right, I'm going to play this as much as I can before it gets too terrible. You'll know the clip I'm talking about.
If anyone thinks they're gonna beat me inside that mall and keep me from getting my kids' Christmas presents, they can kiss my fat vagina.
That's it. Maybe that. Okay. Oh, I'm crying. Oh, I'm crying. Oh my gosh, I love South Park. Oh boy. Okay, so it reminds me of that. Gosh. Okay, Xbox Series S. I am very, very much so looking forward to it. The last thing I want to comment on before we get out of the podcast today, because I have some work to do before the Rockets. Apple's next event is planned for September 15th. So all we can speculate is that we can only speculate what they're going to talk about. Some people say they're going to talk about the iPhone, the Apple Watch, and possibly, here's what I'm hoping to hear about, an Apple Silicon Mac. Will we see, and this is what I'm so hoping for, will we see the return of the base level 12-inch MacBook? Not the MacBook Air, not the MacBook Pro, but just the base level 12-inch. Maybe they'll be 13-inch now. Maybe they'll be bezel-less and all that. Bigger screen size, same form factor. But will we see the return of the MacBook with Apple Silicon? That is what I'm hoping for. On an Apple ARM processor, I am hoping we see that September 15th. Here's why I say that, and I'm going to end it with this. We do, just like Xbox Series S being announced for launch on November 10th. The Christmas shopping season is fast approaching, and Apple also knows this, and they're going to want to bring some new products to launch. So why wouldn't they want to bring a MacBook? Maybe with not with homeschooling, but with distance learning happening and people working from home. You'd think they want to bring Apple Silicon to the MacBook, and they might advertise it as such, as being great for teleconferencing and everything. I'm looking for the MacBook with Apple Silicon. Announced on September 15th. Will we see that? Oh, man. Honestly, I'd say it's 50-50. Honestly, I would say it's 50-50. But either way, tune into apple.com on September 15th. Oh, when does this thing start? Usually it starts at 10 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time. Tuesday, September 15th. So, which is a week from recording right now. September 15th, 10 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time. So that would be 8 a.m. Central Time, 2 hours earlier here. We'll see what they announce at this event. I figure, they're going to talk about iPhones and iWatch and Apple Watches, but hopefully the new MacBook. Base level MacBook with Apple Silicon. That's going to do it for the podcast today. I'm sorry, it's kind of a shorter one. I did not plan on streaming for that long, live streaming Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020, but I am sure glad I did. I did it for like an hour and a half. I was still at work, so I wasn't focused on the screen the entire time. You can see me turning away to do things on my work computer. But that was fun. So hopefully you enjoyed this shorter podcast nonetheless. Thank you all for listening. The most important thing, of course, take anything away from this, and not the Xbox Series S or what they're going to announce in the new Apple event on September 15th. Please remember that you are worthy of love. You are worthy of love. You are worthy of giving love. You are worthy of receiving love. And you are also worthy of your own self-respect. Embrace your inner geek. Share your geek thing with others and your enthusiasm for it with others. Help others see the light of your geekery, and that might help them out of a rut, or maybe out of depression, or maybe they're having a bad day and it helps them to see this new Lego creation you've built, or this new painting that you've painted, or a new song that you've been working on, or something you've discovered in Flight Simulator, whatever, or an old computer. Whatever it is, embrace your geek things, share your geek things with others. Know that you are worthy of love and your own self-respect. And I'll talk to you tomorrow.